Hi, Travis.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. How have things been going this week since we
Pretty
last
good.
talked? Yeah?
Yeah, so the camp out was really fun. That was good.
Good.
So that really helped relax and everything. And then yesterday we ended up driving to Joplin to um, for a family to go to their church. That was nice. So when a baby's born, they there's a baby something a baby blessing, and they just want everyone to be there. So they did it last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife was already down there for the weekend, but me and my father-in-law, we drove down there and we were literally there for 20 minutes and then we left. But it was still good to be there. It's so awesome to have that experience,
Yeah.
to to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. How did it go writing your paper?
It went really well. I did my outline the next day, and then um, I got sick actually, so I just took the rest of that day off, and I still was able to get it all done, which was really nice. And I also figured out that I didn't need the whole paper done. It was only a rough draft. It was, we were supposed to submit our rough draft to another student and they were supposed to review it by that time. So I didn't get my full 10 pages done yet, and that's due on Friday, but I got 8 pages done. So I'm almost there. And that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. So your homework was to kind of take it step by step to kind of reduce your anxiety.
Yeah, and I was absolutely able to do that with the outline and making sure I did the outline and then write the kind of write each section that I did, and then kind of take a break and then write another section. That really helped out a lot.
Good.
The worst part's the bibliography. I hate it; just takes so tedious.
Yeah. Yeah. How many references did you have to have?
I had to have 10.
Oh,
It's a
that
lot.
did take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything that you would like to talk about today?
Um, well, nothing like really major. Um, I had something going on Friday, and now I don't remember what it was. No. But today we're gonna get a dog and fall in. So because my daughter absolutely loved this dog, and then parents said they didn't want any more dogs in the house because there's already 3 in here. So I
Oh,
mean, it's understandable, but that's like the most stressful thing that's really happened this week so far. Yeah, that like I wasn't prepared for.
so you are getting the dog, even though there's already three there?
No, we're not getting the dog.
Oh, you're not getting.
We're respecting his like wishes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just disappointing because my daughter absolutely loved this dog.
Mm.
She had the same reaction that she had to the dog we have now, so it was really hard to say no. But she probably won't even remember in a day or so. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So how are you feeling with her disappointment? How are you handling that?
Um, I mean, I'm doing pretty well, I think. I mean, I guess I could have been worse. Like it goes to the thing where like it's about being a good dad. And I could have thought that if I couldn't get the dog for her, I would have been a bad dad. But
So what did you think instead then?
that we were being responsible, we were respecting someone else's rules, and that she would be fine without this dog.
Mhm. And is she fine?
Yeah, absolutely. She came home and she got in the bath and she was excited to see the water, so she's fine.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So didn't really have anything going on this week too stressful.
Oh, I remember. Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No, go ahead. I was just kind of going over that you really didn't have anything, and then you remembered.
so my practicum starts at the VA, and right now, I was supposed to get like the background checks and stuff started in September, and I've been trying to talk to the person that coordinates those, and I just found out last week that he wasn't going to be doing it because he's leaving, and he gave me 2 other names, and I emailed them right away, and I called them right away, and I haven't heard anything from them. So that's actually kind of really stressful because what if I can't get my practicum started right away when I want it to? It's going to take longer, all because of someone else's, like, not really something within my control. And it's hard when it's not within my control, and it's not anything anybody else could do. I wish I had a little bit more information, and like I wish they would respond or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how hard is it to respond to an email like after a week? Like, I know a day or two you get busy or whatever, but I don't think I've ever waited a whole week to respond to somebody.
I understand what you're saying. It can be very frustrating. You're like, I know that you read it, so you can't just, take a minute to respond to me.
Well, even so I CC'd she's not the field instructor per se, she's the person that is in charge of all social work practicums. So I CC'd her on the same email, and she just sent an email back to both of them today and said, "Where the heck is Travis's information?" Like, so even it sounds like she's getting frustrated too. So
Yeah. Well, but it sounds like you have her support and that she's trying to find an answer for you too.
yeah, because I was going to email her and say, "Do you know if they got my email?" But she was already ahead of that, so that was nice.
Yeah. So, so not being able to get anybody to respond to you and not being in your control to do anything about it, what feeling does that bring up for you?
Like anxiety, like it feels like kind of bad to be under someone else's control that maybe they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like to be reliant on someone else's thing when they're not. It would be another thing if I was relying on them and they were talking to me and they were coordinating with me, and I'd be okay with that. But I'm relying on someone that hasn't even answered a question about what I need to do, or to say we're working on it still. Right. So it's like I'm relying on someone that I don't know, and it's kind of scary, because like it's my future that's almost in their hands. Because if I don't get it started when I want it to start, then I'm gonna have to wait until later to be done with the practicum, which means putting off a job until later, which means not having the money for family and not moving out of here because I don't want to be here longer than I need to be.
Right.
Well, I like it a lot and I appreciate everything, but we need our own space. Like, when someone doesn't answer, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's got that whole domino effect after it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I heard feelings of being scared and feelings of anxiety.
Yeah.
So on a scale, of 100%, how intense are those feelings for you?
Well, when I'm talking about it and thinking about it, it's probably like a 60 or 70. But then when I do other things, I don't even think about it. It's yeah, about 60 or 70.
And so how often would you say that you think about it or that you talk about it?
Every time I get on my email, because I see the email sitting there not answered, which is a few times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody checks their. Just imagine how much you check your emails. Probably as much as me. I see it every time I check my email. So.
So when you see it, does it just go right back to just the anxiety, the scared, mad maybe?
I get mad a little bit and think like what could he possibly, what could they possibly, because there's two of them, what could they possibly be doing where two of them can't answer for a whole week? It's not like if it was one, I could think maybe one's on vacation, but there's two emails on there and neither one of them would have answered.
Do you know if anybody else is experiencing this too?
I don't, because I don't know anyone else that is going through. So they told me that they interviewed a whole bunch of people, and they only picked me. So
wow, good for you.
That made me feel good, but it's kind of nervous at the same time. Like you picked me, like I was the best, but I mean that's cool. I'll go with it.
Yeah.
I guess I impressed them.
Yeah. You sound like you didn't think that you did.
Well, I knew that I did well. I didn't think that I did like well enough to be the person picked out of like 7 or 8 people, like only one person. But I mean that's cool. Whatever. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Right. No. Yeah. Yeah. So going back to kind of, we've talked about this before in another session, but if you had a friend going through this same situation, what would you tell them?
I have no idea what I'd tell them, because like they would, like if I've gone through it before they'd gone through it, then maybe I could provide support and say, this is why it's taking so long, but it's hard to provide support for someone when there's something unknown, and I guess just like listen to them and kind of try to empathize with them. I don't know what I would say to them though. Just try to help them solve the problem if they wanted my help. Because like I feel like I've done everything that I could without like, because I've emailed like a few times, I've called a few times, like that. I don't know what else I could do besides go to the VA and ask for this person.
Right.
But
so when you're feeling scared, anxious, mad, you don't like to rely on others.
well, it's not. I'm okay with relying on others if I know what's going on. I don't like relying on somebody that I don't know, and somebody that's not answering or talking to me.
Have you had that experience before?
I don't think so. Not like I've had. I'm trying to think of just like as a caseworker when I would email a PO and not get a response back, but they would respond back pretty quick. I guess more like being in the military and getting like information that I have no idea where it's coming from, or not getting answers back on stuff that I need answers for, right? So I guess that would be another situation.
Okay. So it's happened. It's happened before, but you don't like that feeling, and the feeling of the unknown and not being in control of things.
Right. Not at all.
Okay. So what I would like to do with you is make an action plan.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that at all?
Is it like at work where I get in trouble?
Oh, no. No, not one of those.
Okay.
You mean a corrective action plan? This
Yeah.
is just an action plan.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So do you have a piece of paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on the top of your paper, I just want you to write goal.
Okay.
So for your goal, we're going to identify a problem that you want to change. So your problem is, how do you want to phrase your problem? I don't want to do it.
Oh. The staff won't respond. Staff isn't responding.
Okay. So write that next to the goal.
Oh. Okay. Next. Okay.
Okay, and then I want you to make a table that has 5 columns in it.
Okay.
So in the first column, we're going to label this one as actions to take.
Okay.
The next one is time to begin.
Okay.
And then possible problems.
Okay.
And then strategies to overcome problems.
Okay.
And the last one is progress.
Okay.
Okay, so when we're creating this action plan, we want to be as specific as possible with what we're going to accomplish. So, so what are the actions that you want to take to achieve your goal?
My goal of getting them to respond to me.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe email once a week.
Okay. So you want to write that in that column.
Okay.
So, and then in the next column, time to begin. So when do you want to start emailing them?
Right away.
Okay. So then what are some of the problems that could come up?
Or they could not answer, or they could not see it.
Okay, so write that down in that column.
Okay.
And so then what can you do? What are some strategies that you can come up with, or that we can come up with together to overcome some of the problems that could arise?
I could try calling them again.
Okay. So that's one thing that we could do.
Okay.
Can you think of maybe another strategy?
I I can't. Not
Well, I have a suggestion if you would be open to it.
okay. Yeah.
I know that you already have the support of the practicum director. So,
Okay.
what if you could continue to kind of reach out to her?
Okay.
That way, at least she would know that, you're still trying and making that effort to connect. And maybe if she had any connects there that
Right.
she could reach out to someone at the VA if she knew someone else out there, if she has experience with them before.
Well, she's working there.
Oh,
Are you
she's
talking about?
working there.
Are you talking about the lady I talked about before?
Yeah.
Yeah, she works there.
Oh, okay.
So she's still been having problems with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, could you reach out to your advisor at Mizzou too?
I could. I don't know what that would do though. If I guess I could just let her know what's going on if it doesn't go anywhere within like by the end of the month.
Yeah, I would recommend that you stay in contact with her just, so that they're aware and they know, that you're doing all that you can on your end.
Okay.
And then the last column is progress. So we can't really fill that out right now, but that's something that as you go along and that you're using the strategies that we identified to come up with, a solution to your problem, then you can, write down the progress that you've made or not made, if nobody's continuing to get in touch with you.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to, kind of keep track of this. So when you are emailing them, kind of write down the result and if there was any progress. And, you can also, this is also useful for any kind of a problem that you might be going through. I think it's, personally kind of helpful to write everything out sometimes so you can see it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of at least get the thoughts out of your head and leave them somewhere for a little bit. So does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I want you to work on this week. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
No.
Okay. So what were you able to take away from our session today?
Just that I can break things down if I need to again, just in a kind of different way than when we talked about last time, where it was breaking things into planning. This is kind of this is like a contingency plan, it seems like.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah. And it could be a useful way to document things too.
Yeah. So if I don't get any answers, I could send it to my advisor, I guess. Like, hey, I did this.
I think it's just kind of another form that you could use to say, this is what I did, and this is when I did it, and this is what happened.
Okay. I could use this. This could be used for anything, like working out, even.
Yeah. So anything that you that you set a goal for, this can be applicable to a lot of things.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, well, if you don't have anything else, then we'll go ahead and meet next week.
Okay.
All right. See you
Thanks.
later.